What's up, guys? It's Mr. Wicklehouse, and we are here today doing some proofs. Okay, so we're going to start doing proofs for congruent triangles. Okay, so in order to do this, we want to mark the information that's given on the picture and state which congruence theorem will be used if you can show the triangles are congruent. So first of all, what triangles are we trying to prove congruent? Well, here's triangle CDE, and this is going to be ABE. So triangle ABE. Okay, so those are the two triangles that we're going to be proving congruent. Well, they tell me here that CD is congruent to AB. Well, there's CD, here's AB, so I'll mark those congruent on my picture. They also tell me that angle B is congruent to angle D, so I'll mark that on my picture. Okay, what other information do we know? Well, I know that angle DEC and angle BEA are congruent to each other because they're vertical angles. So I'll mark those congruent. That means that these triangles are going to be congruent by angle, angle, side. So angle, angle, side. Now let's write our proof. Okay, the first thing we want to do is state our givens. So we've got CD is congruent to AB. And that, the reason for that is given. Then we got angle B is congruent to angle D. Again, that was given. Then we also marked on here that angle DEC is congruent to angle BEA. These two are congruent. Why are they congruent? That's right, they're vertical angles. Okay. So now I've got my angle, angle, side. That means I can just write my congruence statement. CDE is congruent to triangle ABE by angle, angle, side. That's the idea. Let's do another one. I'm going to mark the information in the picture, and then we'll state which congruence theorem we're going to use. So we're proving that JKN and LKM are congruent to each other. Let's look at this. JN and LM are congruent. Gives us that NK and MK are congruent. And it gives us that angle N is congruent to angle M. Okay. Well, look here. We've got a side, an angle, and a side on both of these that are corresponding to one another. So that means that the triangles are congruent by side, angle, side. So JN is congruent to LM, given. NK is congruent to MK, given. Angle N is congruent to angle M, given. Then triangle JKN is congruent to triangle LKM by side, angle, side. These things practically write themselves if you have the picture and you label what you know. Then you're just following where that leads you. Okay, let's look at another one. Oh, look at this one. This one looks tricky. Okay, so we're trying to prove triangle ABC. That's this triangle, which means that we're trying to prove triangle ABD then congruent to one another. Okay. Let's label what we know. AC congruent to BD. Then the side AD is congruent to BC. Okay. Alright. Now, let's think about this for a minute. So I've got a side here, a side here, side here, side here. Do I know anything about the angles? Now some of you might be looking at this and say, oh, these look like they're right triangles. Well, you would be wrong. They didn't tell us they were right triangles, so I cannot use that fact. However, when I'm looking at these triangles, do you notice anything that they share that's the same? I'm hoping that you see that we've got this side of both triangles is AB. AB is a part of both of these triangles. That means it's congruent to itself by the reflexive property. Okay, so you always got to be on the lookout for stuff like that. Now, let's write our proof. Oh, sorry, one more thing. This is side, side, side now. So we got three sides. Okay, now let's write our proof. AC is congruent to BD. AD is congruent to BC. And then the last one was AB is congruent to AB. These two are given. This one, AB is congruent to AB, is the reflexive property. Therefore, ABC is congruent to triangle ABD by side, side, side. Alright, let's do another one. Okay, triangle RST, and triangle PQT. SQ and PR bisect each other. What does that mean? What's this word bisect mean? Bisect means that they both cut each other exactly in half, right? Okay, so because of this, then I can say that ST is congruent to TQ, and I can say that PT is congruent to TR by the definition of what a bisector is. Okay, these are definition of segment bisector. Okay, so I know that this is congruent to that, and this is congruent to that. Okay. Well, I've got two sides, that means I've got a couple options now. I can try to do side, 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 or I can do side, angle, side. Those are my two options when I have two sides. So either side, 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 or side, angle, side. Well, from what I've been given, I don't know anything about the third side, SR and PQ. So that means that side, side, side is out. So I have to use side, angle, side if I'm going to prove these things congruent. Well, look right here. These are vertical angles. Oh my Lord, there went the lights, of course. How could I do a video without the lights going out? So then I know that angle STR is congruent to angle QTP because they're vertical angles. Okay? Then these two triangles are congruent by side, angle, side. Now let's do our proof. Okay, I have to write the given still. SQ and PR bisect each other. That's given. Then these two, we said, were the definition segment bisectors. Definition segment bisectors. Yeah. What was the last piece of information? Vertical angles, right? So angle STR is congruent to angle QTP by vertical angles. Now I've got side, angle, side, side, angle, side, all in a row. So then triangle RST is congruent to triangle PQT by side, angle, side. Okay. Alright. I was going to do one more with you, but this video is starting to go a little long. So just keep in mind what your rules are. Remember, we've got side, 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 which you need 3 sides, side, angle, side, which you need 2 sides and an angle, 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 side, which has the side not included, angle, side, angle, which has 2 angles with an included side, and hypotenuse, leg. Keep all those things in mind and just use the information that they give you to try to figure out what these are. Of course, I'm always around to help you out if you get stuck on one. So, that being said, I will talk to you guys later.